This Mechatronic's final project is a robotic butler designed to bring you a sandwich or a drink or some sort of small item. We've got the Arduino Uno as the brains of the unit. The Arduino is connected to a breadboard, which then connects it to a couple of drivers, one for each motor, and an accelerometer. The drivers are connected down here through these wires to a couple of stepper motors. Each stepper motor is connected to a push lawnmower wheel using a set screw to lock it onto the shaft. So the Arduino receives accelerometer data, which gives it the tilt of the robot, and then it uses that tilt data to determine whether the robot needs to stay where it's at, if it's in the neutral position, or if it's tilting one direction, it tells the stepper motors to turn to compensate in either direction. So to power the Arduino, we have a 9-volt battery, and then to power the stepper motors, we have this 11-volt battery over here. So the first step in getting this to run is we would hold this robot in neutral position like this, and we would run the calibration code for the accelerometer. That would set calibration offsets to make sure that this position is considered 0 for our tilt angle. After that point, we would re-upload the actual code for running this thing, and then we would plug in the 9-volt battery, and then after that we plug in these two leads, which are for the actual motors. They go to the drivers and then to the motors. So as you can see, the motors are now turning to try to compensate for the tilt angle. Unfortunately, we discovered a little too late that these motors don't provide enough torque to actually run this robot. So you can see that they're actually turning here, but then when you place it on the ground, they don't really do the job. But they are doing what they're supposed to as far as the tilt data. If you can see, if I tilt it this way, the wheels will turn this way to compensate to bring it back to a neutral position, and if I tilt it this way, the wheels will also do the same thing. So the code is doing what it's supposed to, we just didn't quite have the right components.
So this is the self-balancing plate we built. This is going to go on top of a self-balancing robot so that when it tilts in order to move, if you had something placed on top of that, it wouldn't fall off. At least that was the goal. So what we did, if you want to get in on the inner workings here, is we have 2 servos connected to these joints here, which tilt the X and Y axes. An accelerometer right here, plugged into the Arduino. I don't know if you can see that. And a battery over here. That powers the whole thing, and there's no need to have any other power source, and it works pretty well. So, to show you how it works with how we built it, plug it in. Alright, it's a little shaky. Definitely could use a little bit of noise cleaning, but I think for the purpose it's alright.